Our new elected 33rd General President, Brother Skip Mason.
Do hereby announce and certify that the 33rd General President of Alpha Phi Alpha, Brother Herman Skip Mason, is now.
To General President Darrell Matthews, distinguished and revered past General Presidents, members of the Board of Directors, officers, staff, host chapters of this very fine convention, presiding officers, Brother Nelson, and others, and to you, my brothers, in this splendid and magnificent structure known as the House of Alpha. I rise with deep humility and emotion in my heart, thanking you for electing me to the office of the 33rd General President of this grand organization. This convention marks my 25th consecutive national convention. I was here 20 years ago under the leadership of then General President Charles Teemer. 26 years ago on the campus of Morris Brown College, as a newly initiated Sphinxman of Iota chapter, we were told to cut into the wood a carving of a sphinx and place a leather band around it that would be worn around our necks. Some of you in here are old enough to remember those days. And wearing this symbol would say to anyone who saw us that we were seeking to become a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity. And while the Sphinx was an outward symbol of our quest, I soon learned that it was the internal absorption of the ideas of the seven beloved jewels that would be the best representative. And so from day one, I was a believer of the seven. During the production of the Centennial exhibit under the dynamic chairmanship of General President Milton Davis and under the leadership of General President Darrell Matthews, the jewel spirit resoundingly challenged me and urged me to go ye into all of Alphabom and find the brothers who were the true believers of the fraternal idea, not believers of their own chapter or self-contained chapter ideas, cultures, broken traditions, are non-believers of the process of Alpha. But to find men who believed, as Jewel Kelly stated, that Alpha needed quality, not quantity. Men who believed, as Jewel Kelly stated, that our task in Alpha was endless. Men who believed that, like Jewel Tandy, that there is still much to fight about in our communities and for our young black boys, and that we should fight till hell freezes over and then fight on the ice. I've been told that Alpha is not electing a preacher. You're right. But I declare to you on this day that I love the Lord. And so I give God thanks for this wonderful opportunity. And from what I've heard and studied about the office of General President, I will need the Lord on my side. God spoke to me to offer myself for higher service in the fraternity and said that though the road would not be easy and the task would be exhausting, just go. And God reminded me of a line of a poem I remember when I was a Sphinxman searching for the light.
All right.
The line said, if you can trust yourself when other men doubt you, yet make allowances for their doubting too.
All right.
And so in January of 2007, 19 months ago, that journey began, visiting 42 cities, 2 countries, Bermuda and Bahamas, hundreds of chapter meetings, battalions, black and gold balls, Founders Day, and serving you over 2,000 slices of sweet potato pie, and spending an amount of money that would fund 2 salaries in the corporate headquarters, leading to a road that has ended here in Kansas City. And I am humbled to accept this mantle of leadership. I am grateful to my campaign team, chaired by Brother Don Weston, and co-chaired by Brother Charles King, for their exceptional leadership. And to my senior advisor, Jim Wright, and to all of you who advised me, contributed your funds and wise counsel in some way to help me reach this goal. Let me thank a very special group of men, my fellow candidates, who, like me, sacrificed and offered themselves for service. These men included Elvin Dowling, Ralph Johnson, Darren Morton, and Cecil Howard. There was another brother who advanced to the ballot in Orlando in the name of Darrell Allen Peel. Brother Peel embodies everything that is good and right about Alpha. Though we were opponents on the ballot, we were brothers in a deeper sense, and a campaign bonds you in a special way. And though General President Matthews has already saluted him, I would ask that you would join me again. Brother Peel, would you stand? And brothers, would you give him a rousing, resounding applause? To all the Peel supporters, the tide does not shift to becoming Mason supporters. The tide shifts to supporting One Alpha, unifying all of the believers of the 7. And now the work begins. In the next few days, I will be announcing the chairs of my transition team, which will include an alumni brother and a college brother. And we will begin to work closely with Brother Matthews and Brother Hall and the corporate staff and fiscal officers and chairs to provide a very smooth and efficient transition, so that when the clock strikes 12 on January 1st, 2009, we are ready on day 1 to provide you with the effective leadership that we promise, and to move our strategic plan to its next phase, as well as incorporate the Believe in the 7 platform that you have embraced. Most importantly, all brothers interested in continuing and serving Alpha will have that opportunity. And as I prepare to take my seat, I want you to know that the platform that I stand on will move to restore the true spirit of fraternity in this house, and remind us that no matter what, that we are still brothers first.